Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Texan. I just want to go over a few things with you guys that I was able to pick up while I was in Vegas. If you guys don't follow along to the channel on all the videos, I was in Vegas for the CIC, which is the Cauliflower Alley Club. Cool organization. They give back to everyone who's involved in wrestling. So say, for example, if a legend falls hard on hard times, where he's having medical issues, they actually help pay some of those medical bills, just to keep them going. But it's for anyone who is involved in the wrestling business. So it could be a referee, it could be an announcer, anyone that deals with wrestling, they will help out. Cool organization. I would suggest you guys look it up on Facebook or even YouTube now. They just started a YouTube channel. About once a year, they meet up in Vegas and they hand out awards to just about everyone. There's like a men's wrestling award, tag team wrestling award, independent wrestling awards. Sometimes it's the who's who. Like last year was Sting and Kurt Angle that was there. This year was Mick Foley and Natalia Neidhart. Those were the two big stars that were there, but a lot of other guys were there too. RVD is always there. But a cool organization. I recommend you checking them out if you haven't heard of them. They just help whoever's in need if you've been in the wrestling business. I always say it on the Squared Ring podcast. Back in the day, none of the legends had any kind of medical insurance, and God knows a lot of them didn't hold their money back for retirement. There was no retirement fund or anything back in the day, so this organization helps out if they ever fall into hard times. But enough of that. Let's talk about the toys, because I know that's what you're here for. So I went to two toy stores while I was in Vegas. One was Rogue Toys, and they have a bunch of loose figures and some in the package when it comes to wrestling. And I found this great loose Undertaker, and I just want to show him off. This is a back in the time, of course, when he was wearing the purple outfit, but most importantly, that Phantom of the Opera type of mask. Now, if you listen to his podcast, his old podcast, 6 Feet and Under, he talks about why he had to wear that mask, and he, basically said that Viscera had splashed him and caught his orbital bone, I think that's how you pronounce it, and broke it. And so he had to wear the mask to protect any further injuries from happening. But this is the only figure that I picked up from Rogue Toys. Very cool toy store. Had a bunch of cool toys, but this is the only one that I felt I needed to have. So picked him up. And then we went over to Toy Shack, which, let me back up. Rogue Toys is right across the street from... what was the name of that? Pawn Stars. It's right across the street from there. However, there's a guy that Pawn Stars always talks to when there's a problem with toys that they don't know how much it's worth or whatever, and that's the owner of Toy Shack. And Toy Shack has a lot of vintage toys, and I had two that I spotted out that I wanted, and I was able to pick them up. I got a bunch of Terry Funks in the collection, but I didn't have him when he came back as Chainsaw Charlie. So I picked up a Chainsaw Charlie, with his mask and his chainsaw in the, classic Superstars line. Very cool. So now I can display Terry Funk as Chainsaw Charlie. Not too sure the reason behind the name switch, because everyone knew who Terry Funk was. So why they had to change his name to Chainsaw Charlie? I'm sure it's been explained, but I don't remember the explanation about it. Another cool figure, one that I had in the past, and my youngest son, actually, I used to hang it on the wall. And my youngest son, who was big into wrestling, decided he wanted to play with that one. So he took it off the wall, tore open the package, and played with the figure. But this, I found a mint in box one at the Toy Shack, which is Bruiser Brody. You know, I'm a big Bruiser Brody fan. Brody, Harley Race, all the old school guys that were tough as nails, you know. So definitely a cool pickup. I have him loose still, mainly because my son, because once they get older, they get out of those toys. So he got tired of wrestling, and he actually gave me all his wrestlers, which happened to include one of mine, which was the Bruiser Brody. So I have him loose. Of course, he doesn't have the chain or the fur boots. So this one does have the fur boots, and that does have the chain. Of course, he's mint in package. So I was able to pick him up. Very cool. You seen the price, 40 bucks. I think I got a steal, which is awesome because that's what I look for when I look for toys. This other one was pretty cool. I didn't get it at a toy store. So at the CACs, you know, this place tries to make money to help the legends or anyone that they're trying to, who needs their help. And so they do that with silent auctions. They do that with donations. So while I was there, they were actually doing silent auctions on some action figures. I actually placed a bet on a few. I was only able to win one, which was fine with me. Everyone knows The Godfather. And The Godfather was there this year and last year, but evidently they had one of his other alter egos, Kama, and they had him sign it. So it's a legit autograph from Kama or The Godfather, however you want to say it, but very cool pickup. You know, it's an elite Kama. The autograph is very cool, nice bright colors. It's a paint pen, so it shouldn't fade away. And I'm going to put him with my other action figures that are actually autographed. I have quite a few, and it's just mainly ones that I was able to hang out with or I was on the card with. You know, so I have a Greg the Hammer Valentine. I have a Jake the Snake Roberts, a Honky Tonk Man. Some very cool legends that I have the honor of being on the same card, or they came in as a guest. Again, I still have to have that feeling or connection with them. And those guys, you know, Greg the Hammer Valentine, I actually wrestled. He was the first legend I was able to wrestle. Jake the Snake Roberts, I've always idolized him. Just the way he used to talk soft and with emotion that would draw you in to his promo that he was given. You know, he was a very cool talker, and he just looked like a badass. Plus, he carried a snake, so totally a badass. But this was my pickup from Vegas. If you're not a member of the CACs, definitely look them up, Facebook and also on YouTube. It's a great organization. It's pretty cheap. I think it's $25 a year to be a member, and to do the Vegas trip, I think is $150 for the week. That's not including the hotel stays, so, or how you get there. So it, you know, figure around $700, make a great vacation out of it, and that's what I always do every year. This year I took my oldest boy and the wife. They came with me to Vegas this year, and it's just a great time. But that's my haul. So if you like this kind of stuff, please like, subscribe, and definitely comment away, because I try to answer everyone's comments on all my videos. But you guys have a good night, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.